63.
63.
Or season 2, episode 11. Good one today.
Great.
We had the wonderful ref and GAA player Si-Meon Greenway Robbins.
You can find him on TikTok and Instagram.
TikTok.
He's a legend.
What a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good chat.
Yeah.
really
I'm not into sports, and I actually enjoyed that listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. Very, very sound. Come on and told us everything about reffing at a very young age. He's very young to be a ref, isn't he?
Yeah, he is on the level that he's at, which we won't tell you.
Yeah. You can listen and find out where he's
Yeah.
at. So he's a rugby ref, living in Scotland from Cardiff, and he's also, during lockdown, I think it was, had started to get into GAA.
Yeah.
So that's what we were into.
And he had no relation or anything to Jay. He just seen the sport, loved it.
Yeah.
Got into it.
In Edinburgh, there's an Irish contingent up there, isn't
There
there?
is. Just don't give away the whole
we better
podcast.
not tell everybody.
Sorry.
So addictive.
This is turning into a Netflix trailer.
So we talked to him, and we also, what else did we talk about? Our weekends, of course.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And we asked Am I the asshole?
Oh, that's right.
We have a new segment that you wrote a jingle for.
I did,
Yes.
yeah. It's not a great jingle. I'll work on it.
And we had the usual Robbie Kennedy fact
Jesus.
and a couple of shell bombs in there.
And a disaster of a waffle game, as per usual.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
I contend the answer to that waffle game. Okay, will we name the podcast?
Yes.
Let's do it. Do you want to go
Yes.
first?
The man in the middle.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I'm looking at the man in the middle.
I'm going to go with the ref in the middle.
Oh my God, John, that's
I'm going to
terrible.
go with our ref.
That's pretty good.
Just our
Okay.
ref.
Okay,
Say it in Welsh.
Our ref.
that was very Scottish. Though.
Yeah.
Well, he is Scottish, so.
Okay, I'm going to say Simi on the other side.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? See me on the other side. His name's Si-Meon. So,
Awesome.
episode 63.
63.
Or season 2, episode 11. Simi on the other side.
Yeah, waffle me this, waffle me that. Thinking all the topics that you all could have had. The only game that makes me feel so alive. I'm guessing for 30, it could be only 5. Getting them all would be a superpower. You can get it every week on the JB Waffle Hour. 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 JB Waffle Hour. JB Waffle Hour. JB Waffle Hour. JB
Love that song.
There it is.
Love that song so much. Play it again.
No.
you buy
Once
it?
a week is enough.
Did you buy the wallet yourself?
No, it's unlucky to buy your own
Yeah,
wallet.
that's what I was just going to say, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you really like a wallet?
No, you can't buy it. If you
have
see
to
a
drop
lock,
hints.
if you see a wallet in the shop,
What
that
if you're
you
not with
re-
anyone?
Oh,
Well, then you're screwed.
yeah.
Just carry cards loosely in your pocket.
Yeah.
Could you... Okay, here's a theory. Could you steal the wallet? Is that...
Oh, I don't know.
No,
is that probably
because-
worse karma?
No,
Yeah, probably, yeah.
yeah, definitely don't steal it because then any money you put into it would be stolen.
Yeah.
And that's the way it works.
That's the circle.
Wow.
That's the circle
Yeah.
of life.
You just melted my mind.
It's just that's it. That's the way it works.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, Bertie.
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Hey,
there it
Bertie.
is.
Yeah, we are back. It's episode 63.
Oh,
I hope you all enjoyed episode 62, Own Improvements.
Oh, what a name. Do
ah,
Yeah.
you remember when he
legend.
dropped the name?
Yeah, I got done out of the last two ones because John took piggyback my idea 2 weeks ago,
I can't wait for today's one.
and Owen piggybacked last week.
I mean, he piggybacked, but he did improve it.
He did, in fairness.
He own improved it.
Yeah.
Like
He improved it on his own.
Yes, he
proper
did.
DIY man.
Uh,
So yeah, as you said,
Madam.
we talked to Owen about DIY stuff. He's doing houses, putting them up, taking them down, changing things around, taking plaster off, putting plaster back on.
Showing,
He's a great
showing
lad.
some stone.
he is, yeah.
Make sure to rate, like, share, follow, subscribe to our podcast because it's very important. Because if you don't do that, then other people won't see it.
Yeah.
And then if other people don't see it, then we don't get more followers. And if we don't get more followers, we might get disheartened. And if we get disheartened, we might make any more podcasts. And then you'll be sad because you have no podcast listening.
And that makes Bertie sad.
That was the most convincing plug that you've given out
Yes.
of all of them. It's taken 63, but finally I'm on board.
Yes.
Needless to say, it's season 2, episode 11. That's where we're at.
Yeah,
with
we're
that.
getting
Wow.
up there. We're
That's
getting
a
up there.
lot.
yeah.
That's a lot of episodes.
So how was your weekend, lads?
Busy.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
What'd you get up to?
busy. I had clients Saturday morning as per usual.
Right.
I was down in Offaly on Friday night. She was cold and wet.
Right.
Then I was with the Boards Mill ladies at 11 o'clock Saturday morning doing a bit of training. Liverpool
Oh, don't.
Liverpool turned up.
Don't.
I won't say they were playing, but they were there in body. I could see them, but that was about it.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday I was back down in Offaly.
Before we move on to anything else, can I ask? I've got a question about Offaly.
Yes.
So at the weekend, Offaly, in a statement issued earlier, Offaly said that they were unable to fulfil Sunday's fixture due to injured and sick players.
Yes, the Born Cup.
Yeah. So surely the
lady should have played instead.
Well, that yes, but surely there's a big squad there where they can have backups, and as well as that, a whole county full of lads who'd be like, "Give me a shot, will you?"
Yeah, but it's like those kind of friendlies, and they're thinking, oh, someone else pulled out, and maybe it'll be better than if we do training, and because the National League starts at the end of the month.
So avoiding injuries and that type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then you win that, and you're in the final the following week, and you know. But in fairness, a lot of county squads do have a lot of Sigerson players. When you think of all the colleges now, and most players that play Sigerson are county players.
Is that anything to do with Gylfi Sigurdsson?
No.
All right, okay.
I think it's spelled differently. So the Sigerson is the senior cup competition. It's basically the championship and senior championship in colleges.
All right. So sorry, finish about your weekend. You were back down in Offaly then.
Yeah. So our National League starts next Sunday. We are away to Wexford.
Ooh.
So we'll be getting the bush in Tullamore, and off we go to Wexford.
Wow.
Yeah, first round.
How are we looking?
Yeah. So we have 30 player squad. All finalised and all in proper order. A few of them are still away. They won't be back for a while.
Right. Yeah, you were saying at the end of last season there was a few of them who are heading off travelling.
Them, yeah, but then there's a few away with work and they won't be back for a while. And actually one in Edinburgh, so I don't know.
Some links to Edinburgh maybe later on in the podcast, I guess.
There could possibly be.
Yeah.
Who knows?
John Boy.
Hey,
how
are
was
you?
your weekend, dude?
It's okay. I did DIY stuff
DIY.
because I was inspired by the last podcast I listened to.
Wow.
What did you do? Did you start plastering everything?
Yeah, I knocked down the house.
Start again.
Yeah. The fucking wind blew some windows out the greenhouse. Do you remember that big windy night?
Shite, yeah.
Did you not put them in right?
I did put them in right, Bertie. Right? It was the greenhouse that was shoddy.
Measure twice.
Cut once.
Yeah.
And so I fixed that, and then I did a bit of DIY around the house. I put in some expanding foam into some holes that was in
You
the
were
wall.
mad for that expanded foam.
I used it for everything.
Not a hole left in the house.
Not a
I
hole
filled the
left in the
greenhouse
house,
hole. The window's gone. It's full of expanded foam now. But
all the air vents. In
yeah,
the house
everything.
filled up.
All the
fridge full of expanded
a
foam.
load of windows coming in those air vents. I had to block them up. And
Who needs ventilation?
Mold growing in your house now.
and then the wife did her own DIY. She painted the living room, even though they told her not to paint the living room, but she painted it anyway.
Oh crap!
Did you do a mural or just paint it?
Just painted it, same colour all the way around.
Nail varnish, or did she actually paint it properly?
Oh, she did a proper job with the roller and all.
All right.
But it's probably 2 shades brighter of a grey.
Right.
Now, if you had went into that room last week and then went into this week,
Different shades of grey.
and how many shades of grey is there?
I don't know. I just said it's a different shade of grey.
There's about 50 of them, I think.
There's about 50.
Oh,
I
is it
heard.
50? Is it?
I heard. But yeah, it's just basically the same colour.
Walking in there.
Now, I had to tell
Jamie
her it
Dornan
was a great
topless
job.
rolling the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that she did that room just to keep you out of there and stop you putting expanded foam everywhere?
It was probably just so
Chimney beyond.
she did have her favourite television series on the telly while she was doing it, so
Right,
maybe it was her
okay.
secret way of watching it without me.
Maybe.
I think you should get like a mural of like you in like a real distinguished jacket.
Yeah.
And maybe you're holding a book and then the dog beside you.
In the living room.
Yeah, just up on the wall. It'd be cool.
That'd be awesome, actually.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up.
There's bound to be one from the family home, I'd say.
Or a tunnel.
A tunnel.
Yeah, and people like, you'd say, oh, look at the tunnel, that's into the kitchen. And then people would be bang.
You
and
can't
go
put
into
a tunnel in his house. He'd have it full of fucking foam.
No, but like a picture
like
that
a-
looks like a tunnel.
Oh, right,
and,
okay.
and the coyote runs into it.
Yeah.
Oh, right, I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be funny.
okay.
I do want to put I would like to put some kind of. I see a lot of people put it's like canvases on the walls, like skyline of New York and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
No? Not
No.
interested?
No, but
What about the one when all the builders sitting on the big beam?
maybe in the
everyone has
bedroom.
that.
Maybe.
I'll give you something. There's a local artist. He goes by, I'll give you his art name, But Aidan McCluskey's his name. I think it's A.P. Martin is his artist name.
Oh.
And I got a painting of him, an original. He painted it for Christmas for my mum. And I think it's the Cliffs of Moher that he did. Maybe it wasn't the Cliffs of Moher, but it's a lovely cliff painting. He does loads and loads of paintings, and he'll order them for you. And it was a very decent price as well.
Does he paint nudes?
I'm sure if he asked you, do you know what we should do? We should do a podcast nude photo.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else there.
Where we're all like turned back and you can see our bums.
We could do a calendar for 2024.
I drew a picture of me,
Aidan,
Ween and the dog.
I'm gonna tag Aidan this week and see if he'll do a portrait of us. No, please, actually.
As long as it's classy.
Of course, it'd be classy. It's Aidan. So I would go for something like that on my walls as opposed to something that's a million homes have.
Oh.
Where are you off to? Well, I'll go into my weekend then, will I?
What did you do this weekend, Scotty?
Thanks
And
for
now it's
asking.
time for the news.
No. I had a great weekend. I'll tell you what I did.
Oh.
I was in Dublin for the Red Bull show run.
Oh, I've seen that on Instagram.
Yesterday. Man, those things are loud.
Yeah.
It was a V8. I think it was the RB7 is the name of the car. Won the title a few years ago. Sebastian Vettel won the title in it. And the V8 engine would blow your eardrums.
Rattle loud.
It's unbelievable.
Is that where David Coulthard was?
Yeah,
I've seen him in
driving.
Kyo's pub.
He was driving it, yeah. And then there was someone doing stunts on a bike, and then there was someone in one of the drift cars as well.
Just Red Bull do a lot of things, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very good. But absolutely amazing. Those machines are just fantastic. So that was a lot of what my weekend was, yeah, pretty much. All right, will we get on to the news?
Yes.
Stop touching his bum. All right, here we go. This is something that I've kind of touched on. You may think that I'm somewhat obsessed by this, and I think I probably am.
Maybe will.
But scientists may have found the cure for baldness after.
Oh.
Here we go again. After the caveman gene discovery. So hair loss apparently might be a thing of the past. The discovery suggests that we humans actually do have the ability to consistently grow hair everywhere.
Yes.
Push it out.
Everywhere. But the newly discovered gene, which results in baldness, can be apparently you can switch it on and switch it off. This is something that they've discovered recently. It could be a breakthrough discovery for anyone.
Where is the switch? I need to know.
Turn around and bend over and I'll show you. So
Around the sphincter, your sphincter.
This discovery could also be a breakthrough for anyone with hair loss, not just men, but those undergoing like chemotherapy and conditions for like alopecia and that type of stuff. So apparently
Sometimes I think about it, and then sometimes I say, shut the fuck up, because it could be worse.
Well, it is, yeah. But here's the thing about this. I wouldn't get a hair transplant or any of that type of stuff. But if it got to the point where it was like you could go down to Super Value and just be like, will you flick on that gene for me there and grow it back? I'd do it then. If it was like €20 to do it.
Yeah, it's too dear.
Not if it's like, it's a few grand or
Did
something.
you see your man with the arms?
Yes, on Tommy Tiernan, yeah.
Oh, there's a reason I didn't say his name.
I missed it.
Why?
Because you're advertising other things.
No. Tommy will take a bit of advertising at the moment. He's in a bit of hot water.
That was amazing. Did you see it?
Yeah, it's
He had
phenomenal.
no arms, now he has arms.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
And were they working?
Yeah.
Fingers and all?
Yeah. He goes, my French arms. He got
Yeah.
them from someone in France.
And what's that guy doing now?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, he died?
Yeah.
Did you take his arms?
Yeah, he took his arms.
But he's not going to use them for anything.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
So
Those arms had their own story to tell.
Those are fake hands. Remember the father dead.
That's terrible, though.
It's absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? What we
Yeah.
can do. There's like, it's going to get to a point, I think, in our lifetime when it's going to be like, nah, death's just not a thing anymore.
Well, they started
Yeah.
the process in 2013, and he didn't get his arms till 2021.
It's still like amazing.
What happened to his original arms?
He was electrocuted. He's an electrician up a pole in Iceland,
Yeah.
and he got zzz, and he went flying off and broke a load of ribs, and he woke up 3 months later with no arms.
Jeez, imagine.
Jesus.
Imagine. But yeah, just amazing what we can do nowadays, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah. All I want is hair. I mean,
just a little bit of hair. Okay, the next bit of news then I'm going to talk about is Shakira. Have you seen Shakira? Shakira in the news this week. She wrote a little tune. And in the little tune, you know the backstory. She went out with Jared. They
I've
were
seen
married.
on social media, yes.
Jared Piqué, and they had kids together. And then he went off with who's the Spanish footballer's mum?
Some 22-year-old.
Gabby, I think it was Gabby, his mum. And then he's off with a 22-year-old now. And apparently in her new song, she says, I'm worth two 22-year-olds. So I'm guessing she's obviously 44, is she?
Oh, excellent.
That's a pretty funny little line. But she says...
she wouldn't be 44.
I doubt it.
I think she
would
just
be.
means like she's better than that other person.
I wouldn't. So like what we're late 30s.
20 years ago,
I'd say she was older than me. 44. Yeah, she'd be around that
But
age.
Jared Piqué isn't 44.
He's 38.
He only retired last year.
30, maybe late 30s, nearly early 40s. I'd say.
I'm
so
sure.
older
So
woman.
you wouldn't say no
Yeah.
to Shakira, I suppose, would you?
We must do a little Google there and see what age Shakira is. But in the song, you swapped. This is what you said. You swapped a Ferrari for a Twingo. I'm guessing a Twingo is a little small car. Is it? Right.
Yep.
A she-wolf like me isn't for rookies. There's a whole lot of stuff.
He
in
went
there.
and bought one.
A Twingo, did he?
Yeah, and turned up.
Have you not seen the follow-ups?
Yeah. Have you
No,
not?
well, I was going to ask you about.
And he got a sponsorship deal with Casio.
Oh, class.
He got a sponsorship deal with Casio, started wearing a Casio watch, and then bought a Twingo and started driving around in it.
I just heard about the dad responding as well.
See that Kings League he's doing? That looks class.
No.
Do you know
What's this?
that's what he's doing now.
Kingsley.
Yeah, it's Kings League. It's like 7-a-side with all ex-famous footballers.
Oh, Kings League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's class.
What I wanted to ask you about
Yes.
is if you ever broke up with someone, or when you have broken up with
I thought
someone
you
in the
were
past.
if you ever broke up with Shakira. Oh yeah, I remember
if you
that
broke
one
up with
now.
Shakira, which you bloody well wouldn't, would you go and do something like that publicly, where you kind of go and talk down about them and try and besmirch their name, or is it better just to go under the radar and let things go?
Well, I can't write songs.
Well, I mean, like, would you, like, in the middle of an Offaly GAA match, would you run out in the middle of the pitch and be like, blah 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 blah, it's such and such, or badmouth someone?
No.
Would you badmouth someone after breaking up with them?
No, but then again,
Well, it depends what they did.
yeah, not never bad ever happened to me.
Even if they did something bad to you, would you go around badmouthing them? Is the other thing.
No, no.
The instant reaction would be yes, but then you'd realize eventually that look, it's not worth it.
There's
Nah,
not
it's
much
not
to
worth it.
gain, is there? Like,
No.
in fairness,
Nah, it is what it is.
I think writing a song like this and talking about all the stuff kind of
It's her
makes,
therapy. Is it?
Belittles her.
it makes her look bad as well.
Yeah,
as,
but
as him.
is that her therapy, or is she actually trying to dig at him? Like,
I don't. Well, I think she can afford actual therapy, so she should probably do
Oh.
that.
I don't know. She got done for tax, didn't she?
That's right. as
that was
well,
his
yeah.
fault, though, wasn't it?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say Look, in the song it says, "You left me with my mother-in-law as a neighbour, with the press at my door and a debt to the taxman." So apparently it was something to
Yeah.
do with him. Yeah.
Miley Cyrus did the same thing.
But loads of
Really?
of footballers in Spain get done with that, though,
Apparently
for
true.
so.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus brought out a song, just released it like yesterday or something, about her ex-boyfriend Liam Hemsworth.
What?
Yeah, because he said he dedicated Bruno Mars's "I Should Have Bought You Flowers" song. You know that? Should have bought you
Yeah.
flowers. Yeah. And she's after releasing her own one that counteracts all those lines. So like when Bruno Mars sings I should have bought you flowers," she's like, "I can buy my own flowers."
Yep.
Should have made you a cup of tea. She's like, "I should have made my own cup of tea."
That's pretty funny.
I can make my own cup of tea. Stuff like that.
That's
It's
pretty funny.
It's a pure counteracted song.
She's responding though to a song though.
Counteracted.
That's not bad. Do you remember in the
Contradicted.
2000s there was a song where I think it was Charlie was the name of the artist. She wrote a song about a guy.
Oh, that breakup, was it?
Yeah, and the
Oh,
guy
yeah.
wrote a song back to
Back
her.
there
as
as
Oh,
well.
well.
yes, that was
Remember that?
great marketing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very, very good.
Mm.
Clever. Okay, will we get on to our topic of the day,
Yes.
which is Si-Meon Greenway Robbins. And interestingly enough, you're a Cardiff man who lives in Scotland but plays GAA.
Yes, I am.
Explain yourself. How did this come
It's like
about?
it's a weird enough story. So in Wales, Gaelic GAA is not really a thing. There's only one club in the whole of Wales. I'd seen like clips of it before, but that was it. When I moved up to Edinburgh for university 18 months ago, huge Irish population up here, and I made a few Irish mates through TikTok who I met up, and they were just like, one of them at the pub one night took me to the All Ireland final to watch at the pub, the Tyrone Mayo one.
Again.
And I was like, oh, this is brilliant. And it was just like, everyone was just steaming and everything. And then kind of just started growing from there. And when the next season came around, I was just watching it religiously. And then another one of my mates up here played for the club up here, Dunedin Conleys, which is what this jersey is. And they were like, come along, give it a try, and played a little bit last season, which was great fun. I loved it.
So that was Gaelic, was it? It wasn't hurling.
No, so there's only one hurling club in Scotland, in Glasgow, so I'm going to do some training with them, but I'm not going to play this season. I'm just going to get used to it, but mostly I'm sticking just to Gaelic in Edinburgh.
Oh, you'd be taking your life in your hands playing hurling.
Yeah.
I've heard some horror stories.
Yeah. Well, they have a similar game in Scotland called shinty.
Shinty, yeah.
It's very similar to hurling, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be more like ground hurling the whole time.
Right.
Where I think there's a bit more catching in hurling, I think.
Yeah, because they play each other once a year, don't they? The hurling and shinty.
Yeah, it's like an international rules competition. It's the same way that the GA play the Australian rules then as well.
Yeah.
So come here to me. You played rugby, or do you still play rugby at senior level, or did you stop playing rugby and go into reffing full time? What was the story there?
Yeah, so I don't play anymore unless like I play for like an odd charity match thing, but your body can't take it anymore. But so was playing Cardiff Blues Academy, well, kind of in the fringe group of it. Got diagnosed with diabetes, body kind of went into shutdown for a while, so kind of got dropped out of that. And then I continued playing for my club back in Wales, Caerphilly. And then we had a WRU coach at the school who was like, "Oh, give reffing a go. It looks good on your CV." Started doing it. I think it was just one of his lucky things where someone from Welsh Rugby was watching one day, and I was doing just a school game after school, and they started watching me, and they invited me into the academy in Wales for reffing, and it kind of just and then the next season I went full-time reffing and just took off from there.
Wow, it's amazing.
Nice. And what level do you ref?
So I recently, this week, even just been promoted up to start doing national league refereeing in Scotland. So a post where I was in a regional area, Edinburgh and East Lothian. Now I could be anywhere. So my first national game's in 2 weeks, and I'm in Glasgow for it. It's a Glasgow derby in National 3.
Wow.
And is that like a proper professional ref? Like, so do you get like the expenses for going and traveling and paid for it? And all
yeah, expenses are at all levels, but once you start doing national level, depending on which grade it is, you start then getting a bit of match fee as well, which is nice on the side. Pint money, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it something that you could do professionally? You can be a professional ref.
That's what I'm aiming for. I'm in the group that there's like a few young ones that they're trying to push up to go to the top. So I'm in that group in the Scottish setup. So I wouldn't ref for Wales. I'd end up reffing for Scotland now. Yeah. And all going well, hopefully continuing will go professional one day. That's what I want to do. That's the dream for it.
Yeah.
And Nigel Owens must be the main man then for you, like.
Yeah, I've met him. I worked with him one day down in Wales. So a lovely guy. But yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. That type of thing.
Sure. Yeah, we've actually recently enough, it's been in the news here in Ireland quite a bit about reffing, and actually in GAA the abuse that refs get. That's been kind of a hot topic over the last few months.
I think rugby is a little bit more.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
A gentlemanly kind of game.
Yeah. Have you come across any hassles in rugby where people are giving you a bit of grief or be apprehensive about going into being a ref because of that?
I don't know if it ever crossed my mind. In Wales, it's a much more discussion with there's a lot of arguing in Wales and Welsh rugby. Where when I moved up here, it's a lot less. But I mean, it happens. I've red carded players for telling you to F off and stuff like that. So it does happen. Thankfully, it's not too common. And if you give them a penalty for chat back, they normally shut up for the rest of the game. But it does happen like now and then.
What about the abuse from crowds? You get abuse from crowds or family members or anything like that from the...
Oh, yeah. You again, back in Wales, like of age grade rugby, parents could be brutal.
Yeah.
Like stuff you'd hear on the sideline. But it's just, I don't hear it. I feel like any good ref would be so focused on the game that you just don't hear what's going on in the background.
Yeah.
So normally it's my mates come and watch, and then they're like, I was just shouting at you. I was like, were they? I was like, oh, okay.
Blank it out.
There's one of my friends, he plays AIL rugby, so I think that's like the top one in Ireland before you reach like say Leinster and us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he says about the refs, like, I mean, yeah, they call him like sir instead of like ref. So
yeah,
same with you, it's like, well,
Well, yeah, it's quite like, especially after doing uni rugby. I know a lot of the boys. I go out with them after the games normally, and it's so funny because when they're normally calling me Si-Meon or whatever off the field, as soon as it's on the pitch, they're calling me sir, and it's so funny. But like, I have these guys I'm mates with, and they're all so polite to you on the pitch.
And
Awesome.
I know because GA is like an amateur sport with the reffing. So with rugby, because it's a professional game with the TMO and stuff. So how
Yeah.
do you like able to ref without that? It must be. Is it hard like with decisions and calls?
I mean, you just play what you say it to the players, you say it to everyone. You play what you see. I've not refed with a TMU yet, but I've been lucky enough to do some big games with like mic'd up touch judges and stuff. It does help, but I mean, you're taught as a referee, even when you got all that, is still ref it as you did when you were reffing an under 15s game on a Sunday. Just ref what you see, and then when you're fortunate to have all your other assistants, they'll call in if you've missed something. But I mean, yeah, it's hard. You miss stuff. Obviously, as you know, with rucks and stuff, it's a dirty game, and you have all these players saying, "Oh, I was punched in this." I'm like, didn't see it. Sorry. You just gotta. Everyone just kind of gets on with it. And people know you can't see everything. What you like to think they know.
And have you fitness tests to do? Because I know the GA refs like the pitch is similar size for some of the GA pitches, but obviously the rugby is a little bit more like stoppy starty with the scrums and things like that. Where in GA the ref, as you've seen, is kind of more up and down the field the whole time. Like they go through fairly big fitness tests in order to keep up with it and stuff. You the same as well?
Yeah, no. So we get put through quite a lot of fitness tests. They've got like there's different unions and stuff, and World Rugby use different tests for different things. But you've got to do lots of like Broncos 30-15s, bleep tests. There's a lot. Most referee type fitness stuff is stop start, as you said. Like with GA, it's more of a constant flow of running, but with reffing, it's sprint jog, stop. It's a very Fartlek type training and fitness tests that we have to do.
I don't know if you would have watched it, but there was the Club All Ireland was on yesterday, and there was a team,
I saw bits of it. Yeah,
team from Kerry Fossa played a team for Tyrone, and like 6 people got sent off.
I saw a few of them. I talked about on TikTok earlier. I mean, I saw the elbow to the heads, which was like that. I mean, that's I don't know if for sure in GA, but that'll get a ban probably, won't it?
Yeah, it'll have to go up to Tyrone first, and then if it's if they don't settle or whatever, it goes like to the National Council for discipline, like.
Yeah, so I saw that, and then I saw something else like with Paddy Clifford, and what he said about the ref afterwards. I spoke about that. So I was like, in rugby, that you'd get a ban for that in rugby.
For saying it in the speech afterwards, like.
Honestly, yeah. Did you ever see the Radzi Rasmus, the South African coach, when he started making videos? He's got banned. He's had multiple bans now for it. So you
like
get
that,
it.
And that was, some of them were in his own time on like, was it TikTok or Instagram or whatever? They weren't even.
He made a YouTube video or something. He just put it out about the refs and the Lions tour.
Unbelievable.
Where I'm not sure whether Paddy will get in trouble for it or not, but I'd say he will. It's just he's kind of lucky that it was a final. And kind of there's nothing for a while now or whatever, but I say he will get done for it, to be fair to him. Like.
But yeah, because I talked about it, I got a lot of people, because I've started doing more like Gaelic stuff on TikTok. So I've all of a sudden had a massive like Irish population start following me, which is quite interesting. So I'm getting a lot of opinions on that. And obviously it's not my most expertise thing, because I try and relate it still to rugby of what it'd be like this way or that way. And I talk to people, I'll be very civil with them, but like some people were like, explaining how it is the amateur game, how they're going, obviously they will be working tomorrow or whatever, and how they will it shouldn't be banned and stuff.
Because them lads would be like, they're junior, so like, you go senior, intermediate, junior. So that is like, that's the lowest grade that you could get to in All Ireland, where in most counties you'd still have, so that might be junior, but you also have junior B, C, D, and some counties junior F even as well, like, so that's kind of low. So it's a massive thing for them, but still, like, once it's on the stage in Croke Park or whatever, you can't be throwing out elbows like your man did.
It was all like, yeah. I mean, one of my best mates, he's from Dublin, or from Leitrim, lives in Dublin now, and I mean, he tells me some of the stuff. He plays junior B for St Mary's, and he was telling me some interesting stuff which goes down.
Because it's the same as I was saying, when you are at, like, say, the top in Croke Park, things are seen, the referees better. But then
Yeah.
you're dropping down to county referees, then club referees, and like basically some games you go to, it's basically the referee's on his own. He has usually it's like an umpire. You have two umpires at the goals, but it's one from each club, and then a club linesman this side and a club linesman that side. So
Yeah, that's what it's like for me.
he literally has no help like in all his decisions. Like
I know, and you get these people who aren't qualified, you can't take things from, and they'll just shout anything at you to get a decision, won't they?
we were at a club game years ago, and there was a lad on the sideline, and he was from a club in Meath, and his brother was playing, and the referee sent off his brother, and he got the linesman flag, and he just looked at the referee and said, "You can find someone else to do the line," and he walked off. And his brother, the goalkeeper set, as you see, to kick it off the tee, like for the restart.
Yeah.
Scorer, and the brother was walking by, and he launched the ball like out over the hedge behind the goals and all as he was walking off.
Oh, it's absolute shithousery, isn't it?
I know. Yeah.
So can I ask you, just when you watch rugby nowadays, I'll bring it back to rugby very briefly. When you watch rugby nowadays, like maybe when you watched it in your youth and you would, like, say, admire the likes of like Jonah Loomy or something, and you would make a run, you'd be like, that's fantastic. Do you see refs nowadays and you're like, oh, that was fantastic reffing?
Yeah. That's how kind of how I watch rugby more. Unless it's like Wales playing, where I become the most Welsh man you'll ever meet. Supporting Wales. Like the accent comes out fully. It gets interested. But watching refs like Luke Pearce, Holly Davison, Wayne Barnes, people, those three in particular for me who are still reffing at the moment, I'll watch and be like, that's brilliant. Like I was watching Edinburgh v Glasgow with my coach, my referee coach, and we were watching. It was his actual former student who was reffing the game, and he was showing me how he wants me to stand in different positions and things like that. So you watch him and you're like, that's brilliant. Or alternatively, I'll watch him and go, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah. There's obviously been situations where you've watched and you've been like, oh, I would have totally done that the opposite way to what he just done.
Yeah, sometimes I just don't understand. Like when they've got all these TMOs and everything, I'm like, how is this still happening? Some things still baffle me, but it's getting better. It's becoming more consistent, I think, this season.
And you said you're on a council of referees, and is there any female referees for rugby in Scotland?
Yeah, so in Scotland, you've got Holly Davison, who's like, she's the top ref in Scotland. The top ref in Scotland. She'll do a men's Six Nations game next year, I reckon. I won't be surprised if they send her to the World Cup as a touch judge, but she's a Women's World Cup final. Brilliant ref. Probably one of the most consistent refs at the moment. Then we've got, throughout the levels, we've got more females coming through. Thankfully, because of Holly, there's been more women coming through on it, but it's still massively male dominated.
Because in Ireland, it's Joy Neville, I think, is the
top.
And then I think it was Barnes in one of the games just about like mistakes you make and stuff, and one of the players like pointed out one of the rules, and that maybe it wasn't Barnes, but he made the mistake, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're actually right." Like, does that happen a lot? Like, because you said discussions. And is majority of time when you make a decision, is it a proper discussion like that at the referee and you do?
So a good ref would give a decision if they have to briefly explain it. But one thing we're kind of taught these days is talk less, just let your refereeing, let the hand signals and the whistle do the talking. So if there's a down play or someone's injured, I will have a discussion with the captain. But that's the thing with rugby. It's only the captain which should be talking to you. And I'm quite big on that, how I ref, because as soon as one voice pipes up, then they all start going and then you lose all control of the game. But I mean, yeah, there's discussions like 2 weeks ago, I made a mistake and I was like, guys, I'm sorry, that's my mistake. Turned over my decision. I was like, but if you admit your mistake and apologize, they're normally quite happy and understanding that you can do that.
And then does that annoy you then when you see like in the football, well, the soccer, like that everyone like crowds around the referee? I think that's definitely something that they have to get rid of in the soccer.
Drives me nuts. Like World Cup, like the World Cup just passed there, football World Cup. Brilliant, loved it. But it was just some of the times you just watch all these players come in and shout at the ref. I'm like, I could never ref soccer. I could never do it just because I think I'd lose the will to live with how all these players come and shout at them.
Yeah, I definitely like. I mean, in the GA, it's there's moments like that in like very random games, but it's never really a big crowd like that. And
no, that's what I've always noticed.
Yeah, and even in the soccer now, I play a low level soccer as well, and like one or two might argue with the referee, but you never crowd that in. Do you think it's something that is because of where the players are coming from? Because in rugby, there's not as much of a collection from like all different nationalities in rugby. Would there be when you're reffing like?
Yeah, especially it's weird because like in Wales, I'd say it is more nationalities. There's a lot of rugby's very diverse in Wales. It's the everyday man sport, where in Scotland it's more of a middle upper class sport. So you're getting it's a lot of just private school kids who've now gone and played club, and especially in Edinburgh. So a lot of them are polite, a lot like how they were brought up like that. They don't talk back.
Yeah. And because I actually seen you on TikTok when I was flicking through, and you were practicing your point scoring.
Oh yes.
Has it improved much since that video?
A bit. I was going to go out today, but it was snowing, so I was like, I couldn't get out. But it's something I've been practicing more and more on, just because like I know the season is incoming soon.
Yeah. And is there many like you'd obviously go to a rugby pitch then? I know the crossbar is a little bit higher, but is there many like actually GA pitches around, or is it just that you use the rugby field like?
So as far as I'm aware, in Edinburgh, our club is the only GA pitch in Edinburgh. I've never seen another one, it's part of a rugby club. It's a joint like rugby and Gaelic. They share the same. There's a football pitch, a Gaelic football pitch on one half, and then the other side's the rugby pitch. But I think it's the only one, and it's the only one I've ever seen in Edinburgh.
Yeah. Because we done a podcast a while ago about people in Uganda, and I think it was Irish people in Uganda started with the hurling, and all the kids seen it on YouTube and everything, and they're looking for like clubs to like send over hurls and helmets and gear you're not using anymore. And I just thought it was interesting, and that's why we said we might get you on, because you're coming from like a non-Irish background, say, and you're after like picking it up, and just like what would be the things that like brought you into it, because you obviously like the rugby. It's just like you like all round sports, and you picked it up like.
I know. For so long, I kind of just did rugby. When I lived in Wales, I didn't really watch anything else. I'd watch Wales playing any sport, and that was kind of it. But I'd only really watch the rugby. Then when I came here, this sport's much more diverse. So I started watching a lot more soccer. And then meeting my Irish friends and just watching Gaelic. And it's everything I love about sport in one sport, because I like kicking. I was a kicker in rugby. I played fullback, so I always quite like that. I like the fact you don't have stoppage in very much in Gaelic. It's just go all the time, and it's just easy on the eye. I find, and quite easy enough to pick up. So it just kind of all molded in together, and I like the culture, and it was great.
And what about the kicking technique? Because it is a good bit different. Like, so I think, now I've never played rugby, but it's more kind of dropping the ball, say, square down from both hands onto the laces, like, to kick through it. Where the GA ball is obviously round, and you drop it quite differently. So it's like right hand to right foot, left hand to left foot, like.
Yeah, and that's what's been like the biggest crossover, which I've struggled a bit with. Like, from some of those videos, like from this time last year when I kind of started getting into it and started practicing it, and my mate brought me over a football, Gaelic football, and so that was quite helpful. But it really took a while to get started using the one hand, but it is quite different.
And how would you find the solos then as well? Because that'd be a big thing that you wouldn't have done.
Again, that's something I kind of practice when I'm doing my fitness session, just running up and down just off both feet. So that's something I have to practice quite a lot, because it takes so much coordination.
Oh, it does, and you were practicing with both feet, which is a big plus, because there's lots of people that I know that play that can't kick with their other foot. Like,
I think the only reason I can do a bit of left is because when I played fullback, you had to kick off both feet.
So you have the coordination from that anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scotty.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I noticed on your Instagram a Derry jersey. Do you have any affiliation to any particular county in Ireland, or are you just collecting jerseys that you like at the moment?
So I collect jerseys of all sports. Like, I've got a massive jersey collection, but majority of my friends who are Irish are from Derry, and I've been to Derry a few times, and I like the place, and I like the team. So it's kind of like, I need a county to support of some sort. So I was like, right, I'll go with Derry. And when I was deciding, it was at the time when I kind of mid Division 2 last season. I was like, they're not like the best team, so it's kind of you're not glory hunting. And then they went and got into a semi-final. I was like, oh.
And their club team is actually in the All Ireland now next weekend.
Glenn, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, with Connor. Oh God, what's his name?
Glass.
Yeah, Connor Glass.
The tall ginger guy. Yeah. Oh, he's great.
I couldn't even remember his name. Yeah, he's unbelievable. Now, he went and played AFL for a while in Australia.
Yeah, I saw because one of the Mayo players has just gone and done that, haven't they?
Yeah, Ushin. I can't remember. He was the fullback for Mayo as well, so he's gone too.
Yeah, no, because they don't do the internationals anymore, do the international rules anymore, do they?
Oh, they're talking about bringing it back for this year, but I don't know if they are. But a lot of people are going over now. Some go over and love it and make a great career, like Zach Toohey has gone over, and then there's a fella here from Navan, Connor Nash. Some now maybe they don't like it, come back, because I suppose it's a lot different being an amateur sport, and then even though it's not the same sport, but going over and actually be like a professional athlete. And I don't think some people might not like that, you know.
No, 'cause I was watching on that. I was watching the what's it, the Greatest Challenge or something, on RTE.
Oh,
Whatever it's called.
where the switch?
Yeah, when he switched, and it was Shane Williams when
Yeah,
they played
from-
Gaelic,
yeah,
and then, Michael Murphy went and played rugby, and that I saw that was kind of one of the other things I saw which got me into watching Gaelic. Because someone was like, "Go watch it." Shane Williams goes and plays Gaelic. I was like, "Oh, brilliant!"
Because
it was interesting.
Yeah, because he was quite impressed at the fact that we all go to work, and then you obviously go home, have dinner, and trains probably 7:30, 8:00, and you're trying to make that. And with the club, you're usually 10 minutes from the pitch with your own club, and then you county then, and then either county girls or county lads, they usually have a bit of travelling involved. So a lot of counties have like a centre of excellence where the county team would train, and sometimes that could be an hour and a half. And then, like you said before, you have to get up then the next day and actually go back to work. And I think that kind of really, really impressed him about that, because when he was a professional rugby player, it was like much like a soccer or any professional sport. It's all kind of mapped out. You have to be at training at 9:00. That's your day. That's your work. And then in the evening time, it's your own time.
Yeah, and I've when I started getting into Gaelic and following that, I started trying to bring that idea of training into my referee training, because I work part-time in a pub and I'm a student nurse, so I'm quite busy with that stuff. So I've always tried to get that whole idea of get up early, do training, then do some more in the evening, because it's a good until you are professional, even like in the referee world, you've got to keep your fitness up and you've got to do stuff like that to make it work.
And is there many ladies teams in Scotland for the GAA?
So our team, I want to say I think it's 5 or 6 Gaelic teams and 1 hurling team, and I'm pretty sure they all have ladies teams. But the unis in Edinburgh, all but my uni, have Gaelic and hurling. It disbanded in my uni, but I had one of my mates from Derry. She played for one of the unis here, and it's apparently quite a good league. And my club got to the All Britain final for the ladies this season.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, because just in Meath now, we're on a bit of a crest of a wave with our ladies over the last few years, because they would have been like intermediate 6 years ago, and they lost 2 intermediate finals, All Ireland finals in a row, then won the intermediate, and then won the senior. And it only happened once before that the team that got promoted from intermediate won the senior again. So we're kind of backing the ladies a lot more now, because the lads are, they're not great at the moment.
It's Meath Division 2 or 3?
The ladies now are Division 1 in Meath.
Ladies division, and the men's are...
And the men are Division 2.
All right.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's good. That's going to get more women involved, isn't it? Watching.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I was saying. It's a big thing with that, and I think in the UK as well with the soccer, they're doing quite well, because obviously England won with the ladies, and I think there's a big uptake in ladies soccer. And then it's the same in Meath. There's loads of clubs now that are so every kind of locality has a lads club team, but not everyone has a ladies team. But now it's coming more and more that every club has a ladies team now as well, which is great, because usually it's amalgamation.
I think it's in a lot of sports, the ladies' games are growing at the moment. I know in rugby especially, because they were getting all this whole with the women's Six Nations, they're doing it away from the men's now, so it gets more viewage and stuff. And you're getting big stadiums like England will play in Twickenham, Wales will play in the Principality. All women's sport, I think, is getting a lot bigger at the moment, getting more funding, which is great.
Yeah, and I think the Irish rugby, ladies rugby now is getting, they got contracts now as well. And they're being
Scotland just got them and Wales got them the year before, so they're all getting them. Because, I mean, it showed England and France had them for years, and it showed how they're great teams and it works. So I think that's why all the other unions have started to take them on as well now.
And not to go away from the sport for a second, but you said you're obviously training as a nurse as well. So that obviously takes a lot of time too.
Yeah, so child nurse, first year, yeah, it does. It takes a lot of time. So I'm going on to placement in May. I don't know where yet, but when you're not on placement, you do have enough time to do sport and stuff. But when you're on placement, you're doing 4 or 5 shifts a week, depending if you're a community, you've got your weekends free stuff. But if you're not, you're doing 12 hours day and night shifts. Could be Saturday, Sunday, could be any day of the week. So it does take a lot of time up as well.
And there's a big Irish contingent up in Edinburgh, as you said, but I think that's a lot because of the colleges as well. I think a lot of Irish go to college in Edinburgh after they finish here.
Yeah, that's what I've spoken to a lot, and that's what they all say, and especially with nursing, because like on my course, 2 men, 100 people, 2 men, 98 women. The only other guy on my course, he's from Donegal, so he was one of the other ones who got me into it. But a massive like I would say potentially even 25% of the people on that course were Irish, and they were all like, the NHS is a good enough system, but they get the funding for it, and they all say it's better to do it here than it is in Ireland, so that's why they all come over here to do it.
So they're sucking you in, they're turning you into a bit of an Irishman.
I'm off to Dublin in the morning.
Oh yeah,
Oh, great.
Oh,
We
wow.
could have done this personally, but
This is all I spoke to. I booked me and my flatmate booked the last minute flight out to Dublin in the morning, so I stayed with my mate from Leitrim in Swords, and we're literally going for a day, and we're just going out tomorrow and getting hammered.
Oh well,
Brilliant.
that's why people
Do
come
the
to
usual
Dublin.
tourist stuff, the Guinness factory, all that jazz.
Oh, I did that back in October. We did the Croke Park experience as well, which was great.
who's the asshole, me or you?
So people will know this because loads of people post things up and then they ask people for their advice back, as in, am I the asshole here?
Oh, right,
in the story.
Okay.
So John said he read a lot of it on Reddit. People post up on Twitter and all these things.
Right.
So I thought this was this was one that you might have some experience with. So that's why
Call
I
me
said
an
I guess this
asshole.
one. So I said I might read this one out then instead, right?
Sometimes I am.
Pretty much any of them I used to read. If you have to write something to say, am I an asshole, generally means
because
Yeah.
you're an asshole.
this has definitely happened to people in Ireland. And it's happened to me,
Okay.
and it's probably happened to you, and might have happened to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
Must be something awesome then.
no, it's nothing sexual. It's okay if that's where you
Why
think
did
you're
you
going.
pursue
I
that?
didn't check it out 1 second actually.
Oh, well, that's just in case you thought it was something to do that. Okay,
Dare you?
so 2 weeks ago, Amazon dropped off a package on my doorstep. I left it there and went to the store. When I came back, it was still there. I took it inside, called Amazon customer service. After being asked for and giving the associate the name, tracking number and contents of said package, I was told their policy was to either keep it or trash it. I kept a part of it and threw the rest away. I don't know, maybe it was a sub. Like Subway. I don't know. Last night, the owner of the package knocked on my door loudly.
Oh.
It's the only way to knock. I answered it and she immediately accused me of stealing her stuff. I apologised and asked what was she talking about. I had completely forgotten about it at this point. She mentioned that she had a camera in her car and recorded Amazon dropping off the item. Plus they take photos of the home number.
Right.
And she was contemplating getting the police involved.
Whoa.
I remembered the items and asked about the specific one. She confirmed it was hers, then went into a story about Amazon not replacing the items or refunding her the money, and I apologised again and explained the situation, my actions and what I was told by Amazon. And since I still had one part of her package, I gave it to her. Yeah, you did. She left after repeating her concerns, assumptions about our thievery. Today, literally 30 minutes ago, well obviously not today, I learned that she previously took her complaints to the only neighbour that I know and am friendly with in the complex, bothering him at his job for over 10 minutes, calling my family thieves and threatening police action.
Wow.
So, am I the asshole for keeping/trashing someone else's property? And then there's another little note. He says the place he lives in, the individual unit/apartment number was not in the package, just her name and the townhouse condo complex address itself. There's no manager's office, no lobby, no communal area, no communal mailbox. It's a townhouse condo type situation. I have no idea what that kind of situation is. I also didn't know her before last night. I don't exactly speak to the neighbours except for mainly that one there. I'm not sure what kind of place he lives in. But
we all can agree. I think he's not the asshole.
There's a few things missing.
Right. Okay.
Like, how did he got the package and came home and then went, oh, sure, it's still there, and then rang Amazon like 10 minutes there. So, like, how long did, from the time that package arrived to when he decided I'm going to keep it and throw it away, was it like by 7 o'clock that night? Or did this lady come like after a week going, where's my package? Or did she come that night?
No, after 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks?
That's a long time.
Well, that is a long time. He's
Yeah.
he's not the asshole, no.
No.
Because I've often got things delivered to me that wasn't mine, and I didn't know who it was.
If he hadn't have rang Amazon and just kept it and be like, oh, I trashed part of it and kept the other bit, then I'd be a little bit more inclined. But he went to the effort of ringing Amazon.
Yeah, and Amazon, apparently someone down in the comments said Amazon probably asked him to open the package to see what it was.
That's their policy, apparently, is if you get something like that, they're like, just keep it.
Yeah, but
or trash it.
was the address on it? And if the person's seen it in the camera, then obviously he's like across the road or nearby.
It's in the same complex, but look, I don't know where in the world it is, but they don't talk to
So
their
it's a
neighbours.
complex, right?
Yeah. I would say no, definitely not. He went to the effort of ringing Amazon, got the advice. Amazon advised. I think Amazon are the assholes because
They
they
didn't
advised him to
refund
do
the
that,
lady
and
either.
they won't refund her. So yeah, Amazon are, and also she's a bit of an asshole as well.
Yeah, not to understand it. Now, maybe it was a really expensive thing. I don't know. What comes in 2 parts?
At the same time, like if that's the advice,
Football game.
I don't think Amazon. Oh, you okay? I don't think Amazon would have advised him to keep it or scrap it if they weren't going to refund her.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
I don't know whether she got refunded or not.
I don't think that bit is true.
Because it's different in Ireland. Like, you will find someone that knows somebody.
Oh, Jesus, you will, yeah.
Yeah.
You could be in New York, get a delivery, and if it's an Irish person, you'll find them.
Yeah.
Or a cousin, at least, that knows them.
It's that time, you know the name. It's the reason we all came. Find the words that are the same. It's that time to play the waffle game.
John, it is up to you now to name 5 famous Johns.
John Lennon, John Kravitz, John Malkovich,
Nice.
John T. Payne, John. It's so weird that your mind goes blank. John, I have no idea. John Wick,
Oh, yes.
legend.
I love it. Little puppy.
John.
Time.
Okay.
I know loads of Johns that are famous.
Okay, John, give me 30 seconds of the clock.
I've kind of got an idea of what it is now. So,
Well, unfortunately, you're probably mistaken.
damn it! I was preparing Owens in my head.
Yeah, because I couldn't find any proper famous Owns. So
okay.
what I went was,
Ouch.
Scotty, in 30 seconds, can you name 5 famous Scots? As in Scottish people.
Oh, right. Gordon Strachan, Billy Connolly, the guy who played James Bond, Sean Connery, Shrek. Yeah, pretty good one. Let me see. Who else? What's the guy? Roger, the guy who did Maggie May.
Don't
Rod
get
Stewart.
bogged down. Keep going.
Rod Stewart. Who else? Duncan Ferguson. Who else? Colin Hendry.
All done. That's a shame.
Damn it, did I still get 0? God damn it. I hate that game.
Okay. Owen.
Oh, for God's sake.
Scotty. The ones that...
You can't tell me Shrek's
You know
not
what
on that
that
list.
means.
Yeah, I know what it
Okay,
means.
so famous Scots or Scottish people, okay?
Oh, am I on that list?
Because I looked at Owens and I couldn't find any.
Owen
Because
Hargreaves. Michael Owen.
Yeah, but they're all O-W-E-N.
Michael Owen could be, yeah.
Which?
O-W-E-N.
Oh, there's feck all the OINs.
You'll never get them.
So that's why I
Don't worry
said
about
your
it.
second name, Scotty. We'll go with
That's good, yeah.
well, Scott.
Yeah,
We'll go
yeah,
with
yeah.
Scots, okay?
Still
So-
didn't work, though.
William Wallace.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty famous,
Okay. Andy Robertson.
yeah.
Plays for Liverpool.
Yeah, could have given
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
James McAvoy.
See, now you say it.
Hmm.
Nah, not as much. Jimmy
and
boy.
Alex Ferguson.
They're just all people you fancy.
I forgot Alex is Scottish.
Yeah, Alex, yeah.
Okay. Topic A, famous Johns.
So did I get 0 there?
Yes.
Oh, for God's sake.
I just need one.
Mine were way better. Billy Connolly should have been on that list. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I googled
He should
it.
have been, to be fair. And Sean Connery.
Okay.
Yeah.
So famous Johns. Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, because I assume he's called John
I didn't
Depp,
say
is he?
Johnny's.
John Cena.
Oh, yeah.
Screw him.
John F. Kennedy.
Oh, he's
No way.
Pretty famous, yeah.
John Wayne.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Could there be a
All I need is
tiebreak?
one.
Oh. John Lennon.
John Lennon.
Damn it.
John Lennon saves the day.
Oh, look, I'm happy enough. It was a Beatles thing. That's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm happy with John Lennon.
Fair
on
play.
that.
Fair play.
God damn it.
Yes.
I hate this. Can we go back to general knowledge, please?
If
I'm just
only you
whipping his
guys could
ass.
see my smug face.
Would 1 week do you want to do your category? What's that TV show that they say is your favorite topic or something?
Oh, yeah.
Countdown zero numbers.
Ch-
Who wants to
The
be a
Chase?
millionaire?
The Chase?
No, there's
English Premier League.
University Challenge. Don't
Mr.
you
Bean.
have a specific topic that you're meant to be really good at?
Dempsey's dead.
Dustin the Turkey.
Darcy's
So if
Is this the waffle game?
Jungle.
so if you
Blackpool Jungle.
How many did I get?
if you tell me your favorite topic or your preferred topic,
Whose
I,
line is
Gin.
that?
I will get questions on that.
Gin.
And then see if I will do gin questions. What
Okay.
do you want?
Uh,
Drummer questions?
Which?
Drummer questions?
No. Give me.
What's your favorite topic?
Piano question.
Actually, I was about to say give me Liverpool, but don't. That was terrible that last time. Yeah, give me something about just music, general music.
Music and gin.
Oh, that's wide.
Okay,
Yeah.
so next week, music and gin.
Oh, actually, I did make that a bit
That
wide.
is very
Anyway,
wide.
okay, that's fine.
It's like Beethoven's.
Fine.
What's Beethoven's third song?
That's fine. Oh, Jesus, don't do that.
How do you-
Symphony number 3. Way.
How do you spell Beethoven?
God knows. News?
News.
Or not news.
We
Sorry.
did news.
We're
We're all over the place. Someone slap him quick.
Shell
Shell
bombs.
Yes.
That's
Shell
the
bombs.
one. There
He
we
got
go.
there eventually.
How would you rate your shell bomb today, bud?
A solid 6 is like good knowledge that people need to know. I probably told you before, but I can't remember.
Okay, John, how would you rate what you're going to say?
6 out of 10.
Oh, okay, you go first. I've got quite a decent one, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, I think. This is good. It's rugby related as well.
oh, excellent.
Thank you.
There's a team there. So I have about your travel pillow.
Yeah.
I should have brought one to show you an example of that. People always put them on the wrong way around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you're meant to put the big bit
I
at the
was
front
always confused with that.
because it's to stop your chin like dipping.
Right. Yeah, it's not for your
So the
neck
chunky
to go
bit.
back on.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you'll show off your double chin.
No, because it's covered. Because that's better than going backwards and having your mouth open for people to throw M&Ms in it.
You've obviously been in a stag before.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Shave off the old eyebrows. Was that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I like it. Yeah.
Put
So
the
the wrong
travel
way
pillow
around.
on the right way, which is the wrong way.
Yeah. Concinct. I like that.
Okay, so it has the chunky part has to be under your neck, under
Yeah.
your chin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the button at the back.
There's a pillow apparently you can get for planes. It's like a triangular type thing.
Oh, you put your head in.
And you sit into
Ah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
it, yeah.
Looks very good. And you can put a phone the other side of it. I think it holds a phone. You can like watch TV in it and stuff.
Oh.
Very handy. I might get one of those for
like
general
a
life.
giant thing.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it's like a big
I-
triangle.
You look like an idiot.
I have a
wouldn't
spud at home.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
A spud joke, and it's all got pockets in it. It's like a cushion, but in shape of a spud. And then you can put your remote in it and your snacks and your sweets and stuff.
It's a spud.
It's in the shape of spud, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
How to make the person beside you hate you. That's what it should be called.
Wait, what's wrong with that?
Start a podcast.
Yeah.
All right. What is your little?
Well, no, I just have a
factoid?
small one about dogs.
Right.
There's in Russia, right? There's
Woof,
these packs of wild dogs that run around, right?
Yep. Yep.
And they're just wild, right? Let's say 8 of them, 9 of them.
In the whole country.
No, like in a pack.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right.
In each pack.
Yeah, in a
Just-
pack of cards.
Pack a deck.
52 days.
And there's dogs, right?
Okay.
And they're in the city.
Okay.
They've developed a routine that people feed them basically, or they'll give them treats or something like that.
Yep.
The 9 dogs have developed a routine where they send the cutest dog to get the treat,
Yeah.
and so they'll all hang back, and then they'll send in the little cutest one to go get a treat, and then they'll all run over whenever someone tries to give a treat.
Now, are they considered still wild dogs, considering that they now have a routine where they're around humans quite regularly?
Yeah, but I think
Are they
there's.
domesticated then?
I don't think so, because they don't have like a home, and they don't trust any humans, I suppose, enough to
using them.
Yeah, I think they're using them. They're kind of like a tool. Humans are a tool rather than a safe haven.
So like cats, basically.
Yeah.
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 Cats are dicks.
They're still better than cats.
I hate
yeah.
cats. Okay, that was pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I like it. There's actually another little factoid. There's packs of wild cats in Navan. Did you know this?
Wildcats in Navan.
Yeah. So they live in the centre of the town. And
Sounds like that group of girls out of Greece.
oh, it is actually a group
The
of girls. It's not
Wildcats.
actually cats. There's a group of girls that live around the streets
Yeah.
of Navan. No, there's actually a group of cats
That go to Tesco's in their tracksuit.
Well,
or in their pajamas.
Not far off. Navan Shopping Centre is like a big square, and in the middle of it is where all the trucks go in, and they deliver from that into all of the shops around the outside of the square. And in the middle there's a group of cats that live in that area, and they just scavenge from the bins around there.
Oh, wow.
And then they'll go out during the day. They come right at the back of here. Always, my car is covered in paw marks when I go out the back of the music
Backers.
school.
Where do you think they poop?
Everywhere, I'm guessing.
everywhere.
Just off the back of walls, onto cars.
Onto the wall, like.
Just
Bark their
wild
bum
everywhere.
up onto it.
Yeah.
I have
So
a
you go.
wild shell bomb, actually.
But go
One
sure,
more.
go on,
Oh my
go on.
God.
I've got
It
one
actually-
still to go, but go on.
Pulling that out of yours.
It's a Robbie Kennedy one.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
It's a weird business that, like, as in it's researched. This is researched.
Right.
Years ago,
okay.
Robbie used to pee into cans. Right? Robbie Kennedy peed into cans. Just kept
Right.
on peeing into loads of cans, and then, like, then you know what? Someone tasted it. Tasted
What?
his pee, right?
Is this true?
This is true, yeah.
Oh my god.
And they went, "Holy crap! This is my future business." And then Red Bull appeared.
Yes, I love it. Oh, good
True
old
story.
Robbie Kennedy.
Yep.
Okay. Barca's rugby history in Liverpool. This is a mad old story. So, football club Barcelona got their famous maroon and blue colours from a rugby team based at the school in northwest of England. Arthur and Ernest Whitty were both students at Merchant Taylor's School in Crosby, Liverpool, and their rugby team played in maroon and blue. Both went on to be heavily involved in the early years at Barcelona FC. Arthur captained the side alongside founder Joan Camper. Is that the right name? Joan Camper. Before going on to serve as the club's president. Do you ever notice on the Barcelona crest, there's like a little English
Never
crest?
noticed.
Yeah, George's flag, the red and white one.
Was it?
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
So check it out the next time. So that's where the colours of
I knew there was
Barcelona
a
come
reason I
from.
didn't like Barcelona.
Ah, stop it, you.
The Jamie Waffle